Woo! Here we go. We are live. Who's got sound? I was testing the sound here. There we go. We are live from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, where it was a beautiful weekend in the teens. North Carolina, it was probably 20 degrees warmer.
What did we have? We had 72 or 73 on Saturday. We had 61 and rain today.
It was
still warmer than you.
It was 50 of your degrees yesterday. I went out and drained the hot tub, cleaned it, filled it back up again.
Nice.
Mm-hmm,
Nice.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
My due date is in April. I'll be doing that. So I clean it every 6 months.
Well, I clean it more than that. Water gets all gross and gungy. And
well,
Hamilton also has.
Do you use bromine?
I do. Hamilton also has really bad water too, so there's other crap in there. So I do it. Try to do it at least once a month. I
got you.
I try to do it at least once a month. I put stuff in all the time and whatever, but you still test it. Then
yeah, we test.
Yep. So everyone kept saying, "Are you going to do a show because there's a game going on?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, it should be over by the time we get here." But
the show goes on.
Correct. It takes a lot of willpower from me when I see people on the threads and stuff going, "I'm not doing a show because of insert lame reason here." And I feel like saying, well, your tweet before was like, "I don't have any viewers and I never grow." And then here's a tweet saying, I'm not going to do a show. Like, do you think the two are related? But whatever. What do I know? I'm just a troll.
Jeff,
looks like the 49ers are going to win.
Everybody needs a day off every once in a while, right?
No, they don't.
But,
no, they don't. No. That is your generation going. You should have time off. You got to have well-being. Did your parents ever take? Did your grandparents ever take time off? No. My generation, no, we don't take Jim's generation. We don't take days off. It's all you millennials, and you're gotta put your well-being first. Gotta take time off.
I have learned from my elders not to make the same mistakes.
No,
I'm paving a new path.
Thank you for the Super Bowl for giving people to watch something before the happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Jeff.
February 11th, 2023. We went live at 9 a.m. Eastern on a Saturday morning. And I thought, well, we'd only do a handful of these and then you would be too busy. And here we are. 51 episodes later, we are still kicking it.
And I am busy, but we moved it to this time to try to help my schedule. It's not ideal,
I'm not
for anybody, but
I'm not busy.
I think that I've actually been asked, my daughter especially, she's like, "Dad, like, why are you doing this tonight for the Super Bowl?" And it's like, it's more than just like watching the Super Bowl. Like, the game is the game now, right? When I was a kid, I was emotionally invested. If the Cowboys were in this game, you wouldn't be doing this show right now. Let's be honest. Right?
Want to bet?
I'd have a special guest, I think.
No, you wouldn't. I'd be here.
Well,
I'd be here.
But if the Cowboys were in the Super Bowl, it'd be a little different. You'd be really invested in the Super Bowl from the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't have a team in the Super Bowl and you're just kind of watching it, you're just there for the entertainment value. I mean, it's just, think about all the star power that you've seen in the commercials tonight. Like, some of those commercials have had multiple actors, musicians, athletes in them. It's all about the show. It's all the entertainment value. And, I'll see everything 20 more times a piece looking at Twitter over the next couple of days. Right. So I don't really feel like I'm missing anything. I think that this is it's more of a necessity for me because I enjoy having to get set up. I enjoy having to go through like the show notes and having to go through, building out the show. You send stuff all the time, right? It's been great. Yeah, probably would have to mute Jeff. He'd be sitting there. I would just be talking. But no, seriously, I thank you for being so cool with my crazy ass life and working with me. To be quite honest, Jeff, I probably haven't talked to you since last Sunday, right?
Nope, you came to my stream on Monday. You showed up in my stream on Monday to say hello.
I was gonna call that out too. But in all seriousness, like when we first started, we would meet probably like the night before, make sure we were, and then we got into a rhythm. We got like a trust with what each other, does, and it still works really good. So I just thank you for going along with my craziness, right? I'm not the easiest person to do something like this with because I'm everywhere. I've always got something going on. But this is important to me. I want to keep doing this. And
I have no life. I have 0 life.
Well,
this is my life. It's my life.
I'm glad to be a part of it, Jeff. All right.
So we got 2 minutes left before the first overtime. Because remember, the script says the CBS guy said.
Well, we're gonna get.
And it's funny you talk about Super Bowl commercials. Remember that thought.
Gotcha.
Remember that thought.
Hey Jeff, share the screen. Let's roll with what we've got going.
All right. Here we go.
So episode 51, like you said, not 52. Why, Jeff?
We took a day off. We took a weekend off. New Year's Eve fell on a Sunday, and I figured I wasn't going to do the show alone, and nobody wanted to do a show on New Year's Eve because it was New Year's Eve. Otherwise, we would be at 52.
There you go. So episode 51 is the 1-year anniversary.
Jim, don't be leaking that Taylor's coming on the show to endorse Biden.
Look, man, if she brings Ice Spice, we're good. We're good.
Oh, hang on.
We're going to talk a lot about the Super Bowl tonight. So
hang on.
You didn't think you were going to hear about the Super Bowl?
It's almost Valentine's Day. I'm going to put on my little Valentine's hearts.
There you go. Oh, tight end getting involved, not Kelsey. KC is marching, Jeff. All they need is a field goal to tie. 120 and ticking in the game.
Send it into the first overtime. Let's go. All right. Yes, we're going to talk a bunch of different Super Bowls. And yes, the 5 questions will be Super Bowl related. It is not going to be the best halftime show of all time because that correct answer is The Who. Everything else fails in comparison.
All right.
Including possibly tonight's, though I never saw it.
Jeff, hearing there might be some trouble on the horizon for Disney. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to talk about a new way to stream some sports. You've got a pretty cool post of the week, and then we've got a lot of stuff in the Did You Hear About? Again, a lot of football tonight. So apologies in advance, but it's our anniversary. So there you go.
It is true.
What aren't we talking about? We always, have these things. I feel like these are some pretty big stories here.
Yeah. Jim's the big Russian guy, so you think he'd want to talk about Tucker and Putin, but he can do that on his own show. He can do that on his show. TSM is an esports company that laid off most of their staff the other day, so we're going to talk about that.
Mason Deschamps, do you know who that is?
I do not.
That's the guy that climbed the sphere. We're not going to talk about that tonight.
Guy climbed the sphere?
Yep.
Apparently,
somehow I did, but we're not going to talk about it.
Somehow I didn't know that. All right.
And then I'm just really tired about talking about Microsoft and the FTC, so we're not going to mention that news tonight at all.
Reed, I don't think that is correct. I think 2.5 million was for the most expensive box. I think she is in the $1 million box. I think Kelsey paid $1 million for him and his family, I believe. But again, somebody can fact check me on that.
Googly moogly. That is a lot of money there.
So
you already mentioned this one, Jeff. This is where we're going to start off tonight. This tweet came out February 6th. So 5 days ago? You were quick to get this over to me.
40 seconds, and we may have a tie game, which will force the first overtime.
Yep. So that is
they missed the extra point to help precede that. So we're right on track. My buddy who doesn't understand sports and hates the Cowboys, he said the 49ers were going to win by 10. And I said, can you explain to me how in double overtime they can score 10 points? I don't understand. Oh yeah, you don't know sports, right? I do. Carry on. So I guess we'll find out.
Well,
not in the field goal range yet. No, I guess.
They are now. They are now. Butker's got a big leg. So in the first quarter of this game, Jake Moody, the rookie kicker for the 49ers,
where did he go to school? Where did he go? Where did he go to school?
You know, I don't know, Jeff. Where did he go to school?
He went to Michigan. Go Blue.
Michigan. There you go.
Yep.
I probably should have known that. 55 yards. Broke the previous record of 54 yards.
He did.
So this Super Bowl is already setting records. Kyle Shanahan, who I just saw on the screen there, could get 2 Super Bowl victories. Is that correct? I heard them say something earlier about he would match his dad with 2. No?
I don't know. Maybe he won. Yeah, but how long did Jake Moody hold that record for?
Not very long.
Not very long, because Butker came along and booted 57.
And it was a low. Oh, they are really in. Oh, there's Kelsey. There's Ice Spice. There's T Swift. We got an injury.
You keep using those words. I do not know what that is.
You don't know what an Ice Spice is? It's not the stuff you roll under your arms, I promise.
Tucker and Putin would pit fervently. See, that's why we put it under. We're not talking about it, Jim, because that is your thing that you do on. If you don't follow Gingerhead Dad on Twitch, twitch.tv/GingerheadDad, every other Saturday, you better be there.
I know Oliver really likes Skylanders, right? I wonder how much he would like Power World. I'm just saying, because I'm having a blast with Power World.
Roaster. I don't know. I don't know. Jim, do they play Power World? I don't know if they have. Is it on all? It's on Game Pass. I don't know.
It's on Game Pass, but then it's on Steam and Xbox.
It's on Steam and Xbox. I don't know what consoles they have. So, yeah. Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun. He's having a blast.
Oliver is having a blast with Pokemon
There you go. See?
What about Power World? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Reed says he's not. Reed said that was a story he heard about the 2.5 million. So
I got you. I know that.
I'll trust Reed to fact check himself. So.
Kelsey's mom had come out and was like, "I'm going to sit in the stands because it's too expensive for the suites." So. I don't know.
It's not her daughter-in-law yet. She doesn't have access to the Swift money yet.
I mean, you think about that. So I guess because I know a little bit more of these younger celebrities than you do, I have a teenage daughter, so I'm pretty in tune.
You keep talking talking about something.
Well, there were like 9 celebrities that I recognized right off the bat when they flashed her, right? So if they're all throwing in on that suite, they got it covered. They're fine. Taylor Swift could buy that whole damn stadium if she wanted to. So, oh no! Oh
Roaster,
no!
Roaster.
That's no. Yeah, 6 seconds.
Roaster.
Left.
I was not on Discord at all today, so I have not seen any messages. So I apologize. I will look for your
seconds remaining. He was going for Kelsey for the win. Short corner of the end zone. Great defense by Fred Warner. Oh, this is getting interesting here, Jeff. Will we get a first overtime? That is going to be the question, because then we might have to come back to this by the end of the show. All right. Here comes Butker to tie the game. 6 seconds left from the left hash mark. 30 yards, right down the middle. Tie game.
I'm behind. There we go.
Sorry, Jeff. I should have ruined
it. It should be offline. Yeah, I was offline today.
All right, so we got the first overtime. Jeff, we're waiting on a second one, so we'll come back to this. All of the betting that we've talked about. We were talking earlier. You said this is not in Canada. So in the U.S., they integrated BetMGM's odds into the platform along with the game cast, along with the videos. Now, I didn't see it. I looked for it. I didn't see it look like this. But there are, if you tweet or if you search BetMGM, there's a lot of stuff that is going on out there right now. What is the most ridiculous bet that you saw for the Super Bowl? You're a betting guy. You like the odds.
Oh, you know what? I haven't really been. I know. Was it 1.1 Aubrey You guys know him as Drake. He's Aubrey to me. He bet 1.1 on the Chiefs. A guy won $8,000 because he bet anytime touchdown thrown by anybody other than a quarterback, and he won $8,000 out of I forget how much the bet was, $100, $50, $10. So he won $8,000 on that alone. We were watching. I didn't check. How long was the national anthem vis-a-vis the betting? Because I know it was about to end, and then she did another. So like, oh, she extended it. Oh, I bet there's somebody pissed because they probably had that time. Yeah. Be interesting to see. But remember, in Canada, Daz in Canada has the rights to the stuff in Canada. So I didn't even look to see if this was in the platform. I'm going to guess it's not, only because, and again, Canadian can fact check me if they know better, if they actually looked, but I didn't look. I could look now, but I don't care.
I know Elon had tweeted out the other day that pretty soon he would be, I guess, discontinuing his phone, his cell phones, because he's going to use the X call
for calling
feature,
and video, and
right. And then somebody had put in the comments, like, what are you going to do when you're driving the car? What are you going to do when you're away from your car? So I don't know that getting rid of his phone completely, unless he wants that time back. I've always said, like, the phones are like a leash, back in the 80s, 70s, you can call somebody till you got home, or you got to the office, or you found a payphone, right? Like there was so much time spent differently before all this integration. But X is definitely going the way of what did you say it was? WeChat?
Yeah, in the thing, yes. In the China, yes. Yeah.
WeChat.
Yeah.
Okay. So and I said a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, North Carolina here is getting ready to have betting. We're just going to see this more and more and more. It's just so crazy to me that sports betting has always been so taboo. Now we're watching a Super Bowl in Las Vegas, and people are doing live bets while watching the game from the comfort of their couch while the game's going on. And while there's commercials about it too.
Yeah, you know what?
With Tom Brady?
Which one? Yeah.
They said that he wins everything, so he can't play.
Yeah, I watched a few of the here are the Super Bowl commercials. I used to care more about the Super Bowl commercials before they all, leaked on YouTube and stuff. So I used to watch the American feed because our Supreme Court said that CTV, who owns the rights, doesn't have to show the American feed. So we got the American feed for a couple of good years, and then the Supreme Court ruled against it. So
I think we've talked about it before, like the Bud Bowl, right? The Clydesdales. Like, there were so many iconic commercials from the Super Bowl for a long time.
Remember that?
All the
Remember
AI
that
stuff right now. I'm so shocked they haven't brought the Bud Bowl back. I'm still shocked. So Jeff, your favorite part of the Super Bowl so far has definitely been the halftime show with Usher and Alicia Keys and Lil Jon and Ludacris and her. I'm pretty sure Funkmaster Flex was there. Justin Bieber was up in the box with Hailey Bieber. They were vibing up in the box. It was all over TikTok today that Justin Bieber was going to be in the halftime show because they caught him at rehearsals today. Oh, Jeff, the greatest halftime show ever.
So I got a call from my dad around 6 o'clock. He had a small issue, so I said, I'll be by at halftime. So I went over at halftime. I got there, and he had the game on, but it was muted, and I helped him do his thing. And then he goes, what are they doing? And I said, I don't know. He goes, are they just jumping around like idiots? And I went, yep. And he goes, do you want a hot chocolate? I said, I'd love a hot chocolate. So I went down and got a hot chocolate for him. And I did not get him a yogurt because there was no yogurt. And then I came back up, and we had our hot chocolate, and we had a nice little chat. And then I looked over, and they were kicking it off, and it was great.
Oh my God!
I didn't understand a word you just said.
Wow! Wow!
Yeah.
Well,
remember, I'm old. I like musicians who play their own
It's
instruments. I like musicians who play their own instruments. I like to see a nice orchestra up there.
I like it all.
Not some guy
like
jumping around lip singing. But that's just me. I'm old. So
he had a couple of tributes in there. He had a couple a tribute to Michael Jackson in there with the dance moves and the flashy glove. Did you see the roller skating? He was on roller skates, Jeff. Man, I used to spend Friday nights at the roller skating rink.
I did not. I did not.
No?
I did not. No.
All right. Well, at least the NFL agreed with me.
I'm against this because I'm against this because halftimes are 12 minutes. And then for this, it's 25 plus minutes. It's 25 plus minutes. And that just ruins the flow of the game. The players cool down, blah, blah, blah. So I'm against these.
I was thinking about the time.
When I become commissioner,
So I was thinking about it at the beginning of the game, right? This is the biggest game, or supposed to be the biggest game of some of these guys' life, professional career, sports career, right? The Super Bowl. You've made it to the Super Bowl.
Everybody refers to other things as, this is my Super Bowl. Whether it's some cooking competition, this is their Super Bowl. It's whatever it might be, right? Yes, the Super Bowl.
And so they get these big flashy entrances, smoke and lights, and they're all walking slow and tough, and they're all firing each other up. And then they get out and they got to sit through 2 songs that are the most depressing, freaking bummer songs in the world, right? I mean, the Star Spangled Banner can get you hyped, but not when it follows God Bless America. Like, come on, you just totally took the air out of the balloons, right? And I'm seeing Chris Jones over there. Chris Jones is crying on the sideline when it's going on. They show Kittle. Kittle's just like looking down at the ground. I mean, he's got like this blank stare on his face. They show Kelsey. Kelsey's this guy that likes to get himself fired up, get everybody fired up. And he's like looking around like, I don't even know how to get fired up to this stuff right now, man. To your point, they waste like 15 minutes there after they get announced before the game starts. And then they go in at halftime and they get like double, almost triple a halftime as normal. That really is just not normal. It is definitely a flow thing.
Yep.
So I understand that. But as far as the halftime is, I thought it was a great halftime. I could have done without him taking the shirt off, but it is what it is.
He took his
shirt off.
Oh, okay.
I will say this.
Are we doing that? Are we doing shirts and skins?
Maybe. I am a few years younger than Usher, and I can say with 100% confidence that dude is in great shape. I mean, he is really taking care of himself. He looks so young. I mean, the way he was moving, you can tell that he still like dances to dance and like stay in shape. Like, it's not like he hasn't danced for 15 years and he just came out and tried to do all this stuff. Like, he was crisp. May not be your thing, but as far as a performance, execution was great. I loved how they tried to integrate a whole bunch of stuff. I just thought it was a little long. That's all.
Stopped them on 3rd down, and the defense got a holding penalty. Give him a first down.
All up on his waist. All up on his waist. All right. Moving along. Disney. Is Disney in trouble, Jeff? Disney Plus lost another 1.3 million subscribers following their latest price increase. Q1 Call announced that the streaming business had losses of 300 million. Chump change to Disney at the end of the day, but not a good look for their streaming service.
No, I think it cut their streaming losses by 300 million. Still losses.
They cut the losses. I'm sorry, they cut the losses. I read
still
it
losses,
wrong.
But yeah.
So we've seen a couple of losses for Disney recently. Their lawsuit with DeSantis, right? A couple of other moves from Disney have been questioned. There's the copyright issue with Steampunk Willie. Like there's just a lot of things that have happened. So when everything's going bad, the best thing to do
is buy.
Is spend. That's right.
Spend your way out of a recession.
There you go. Disney's Q1 earnings call. They have bought a huge stake in my neighbor, Epic Games. They're going to work with
I heard it was
Fortnite.
Wasn't it only 10%? 10% stake?
$1.5 billion stake. That's a pretty big investment.
Yeah, but
regardless of the percentage, it's a lot of money.
It's the value. You know, it's because that would value them at 15 billion, which sounds about right. So I think it was a 10% stake.
10% stake. So it's interesting here because Disney had a game that was a sandbox, right? And so they're going to work with Fortnite now to create an expansive universe that's all Disney. They're going to work with Epic to do it within Fortnite.
It's going to be like Lego. Lego worked with Epic to create the thing. The guys who did the Rock Band guitar stuff worked with Epic to create theirs. It's going to follow that same, their same line. You could say that Epic is winning the metaverse. This is what Zuckerberg wanted, and he just hasn't been able to deliver. But Epic is delivering on it, right? Everything will be related to. Everything is going to be related to. Good night, Roaster. Everything is going to be related to around Fortnite, but that's what they want.
So it's interesting now with this going on that opens the door for so many more of these universes that Disney owns, right? Epic now owns a couple of different things with Rocket League, etc., right? Is Fortnite going to become Creta on their own accord and be a universe of all of these other types of games?
They already are. They already are.
It's interesting to me. Like Creta got such a bad rep, right? Like it didn't survive. But essentially, with more money and with flashier graphics and whatever, they're kind of doing that same type of game as their whole platform. So Disney had a whole game division and cut their losses by shedding it after Infinity 3. I wonder how similar it will look to Disney Infinity. That'll be interesting to see.
No, it's going to look like it's still going to have the same Fortnite look and feel. That's their engine.
But Disney Infinity kind of looked like that, didn't it?
Yeah,
Did it run on Unreal? I wonder if it ran on Unreal.
I don't think it existed back then.
No? Okay.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Well,
maybe.
But the fun doesn't stop for Disney there. They also own, ABC, right?
They do.
Or
ESPN.
ESPN. Right. And so I guess there's all these streaming services that are taking a piece. People have cut the cord. They're not using cable boxes anymore. Everybody's going to the streaming services.
Yes, everybody is cutting the cord, but now there's all these different little things that people have to subscribe to, right?
Exactly.
And it's just back to the way cable was. Right? You had cable, you had to subscribe to all these different packages. So, yes, you've cut the cable cord, but now we've swung the pendulum and we're back to that cable model.
You're always going to pay. You're always going to pay.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
But now we're just back to that. Yeah. Carry on.
Well, and because of all of these different apps, they've actually saw a loss in revenue, and they're hoping to recoup some of that. And so all of these big names you see on the screen are coming together to make some super app, a joint venture sports streaming partnership to where you'll be able to go one place and watch all the different sports that you would need to go to on all these other apps. In theory, there's not a lot out about it. They say there's more to come by this summer, right? But I find this interesting because I don't know any other business where I would see so many competitors of a space come together to take an equal share of a pot.
Instead
So
of fragmenting themselves and fighting against each other for the eyeballs when there is limited eyeballs, pool your resources.
Yeah.
And split the profits. So instead of everybody losing a little money or making a little bit of money, you will end up, right?
And I'm always so interested in this too, because I've made it known before. I hate the blackout.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't stand the fact that I live in an area, so there's a certain entity that has the TV rights that I've got to buy their app. But then if I don't want to watch anything else, I got to buy this app over here, right? How many Jacksonville Jaguar games have been blacked out to the folks in Jacksonville because of attendance reasons or the like, you know? So many different reasons. The blackout is just so frustrating to me. I experience it all the time with the Hurricanes because I have the ESPN package to watch all of the hockey, but I can't watch the Hurricanes games on that app. I have to have the Bally Sports app in order to watch the Hurricanes games. So there's like $35 a month to have both of those apps. It's just, it's silly. It's absolutely silly. So I'm interested in this to see what exactly it's going to do for me as the consumer. Am I really going to have a one-stop shop? Are you all going to play nice and give one app all the ability to watch all of these different sports? Or is there going to be a bunch of stupid loopholes or something? Is it going to point somewhere else? Is there going to be different quality in the streams because somebody's server is better than somebody else's? You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting to me. And it's also interesting for me to see Amazon in here because Amazon's taking whatever piece of everything they can get, aren't they? So...
Yeah. Yahoo Finance. Oh, that was the Yahoo Finance graphic I sent you. Yeah. Oh, this is from Yahoo Finance. Yeah. A
lot of NFL in there. That's the biggest piece of all of those pies.
Yep.
And baseball is America's pastime.
Well, there's no name for it yet. They are going to each own a third of it, so we'll see what happens. This doesn't affect me.
All right, 49ers are driving here, Jeff. 3rd and 4. Oh, a little fade, and it's off target. So we got a field goal opportunity for the Niners. All right. Where are we going? We're going post of the week now. Remember, a lot of football on the docket tonight. It is Super
Big app
Bowl
for
Sunday.
streaming sounds a lot like a utility. There you go.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it
really doesn't affect us, Jim, in Canada, but you know, whatever.
Post of the week time, Jeff. You sent this one over my way. This is country music legend, former Hootie and the Blowfish frontman Darius Rucker, and a very famous Miami Dolphins quarterback. No, not Dan Marino. That's Tua Tagovailoa on the guitar there with Darius in Las Vegas, playing Wagon Wheel. You can't hear it, but they are.
It's a great song. I play this song. I play this on the guitar. Good time.
You can play this on the guitar?
I can.
Well, I can sing this, so I think that one time you should play it and I should sing it.
Sounds good to me.
Let's do it. Go. Look at everybody all pumped. I wonder how many of those people know that that's Tua. I wonder if Tua announced himself.
Or if he announced him, or if he said, "Hey, I got Tua coming up." So maybe. I'm sure some people knew who it was. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah. I like it.
Who knew Tua could play the guitar? What a talent.
These guys all have hidden talents that nobody knows about.
And hidden girlfriends, some of them.
Oh, yeah. Some of them met their wives on Tinder, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go. That is true. All right, let's get into some Did You Hear About? Elena Del Don. She is kind of a big deal in the WNBA. Not kind of she is a big deal. She is a 2-time WNBA MVP. Okay, so big time player. Even to get one MVP, she's got 2. She is not going to sign her 1-year Supermax deal with the Washington Mystics. She's going to take a step back from basketball. Nobody has any inkling as to why. That's her. They got that field goal, 22-19 on the score ticker at the bottom if you're following along. You know, it could be a lot of reasons. She's 34 years old. You know, a lot of times you have to think what comes next. A lot of times, maybe your body's telling you something, you know, whatever it is. That's her business.
Could be something with a parent, a grandparent. She needs to take some step away to look after a family member. Who knows? Yeah.
The Mystics did offer her that Supermax. So if she does decide to play again, they did retain her rights. So they have control of her rights. So even if this is a decision in to go play with another team or anything like that, you know, they would have to work out a trade. But just big news because of the caliber, the level player that she is. You know, this will really shake up not only that team, but that conference. If she doesn't play, she's a hell of a player, like a triple-double player almost. So big news there for Elena Del Don. So hopefully all is well. She makes her time, you know, count for her. This tweet here or this list here made its way around all week long. Not trying to be conspiracy theorist or anything like that. All right. But you've got to take a look at lists like this and just kind of scratch your head and be like, what the heck? So
did anybody back check some of these? Like, you know?
Yeah. Back in 2020, there's a list there on the left side of all these different things that happened. And then, you know, COVID started in March. Back in 22 or now in 2024. All of these things are mirroring again. So everybody's like, oh, COVID 2 starting in March. We'll see, I guess. It is just eerie. I see these lists all the time. I mentioned to you earlier, there's one that's kind of classic that shows the comparisons between Abraham Lincoln and JFK, right? Do you know of any other lists like that you've seen?
Oh, they come out. Oh, they come out. They come out. Oops, they come out all the time. Yeah,
it's crazy.
They come out all the time.
2 undefeated teams play in the college football playoffs. Loser of the college football playoff lost by 3 scores. Like it's just and the way that everything is worded too. It might not be exactly the same, but it's been worded in a way that they link up.
Yep.
Oh golly, you think COVID's coming back, Jeff? It's still here.
It's still here as of left.
Every day.
Yep. 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 We had it at Christmas, so there you go.
Yeah. Well,
4th and 1. This is it. 4th and 1.
Oh, this is it. All right. I guess we better pause here then.
4th and 1. You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me. It's 4th and half. This could be the Super Bowl right here. This could be it. Ray could be celebrating, or Ray could be crying.
Is it jumbo personnel in? Nope. I see a lot of receivers. Here we go.
Kansas City does not do the tush
Kelsey
push.
Out, 3 on the right. Pacheco in the backfield, shotgun formation. Here we go. Mahomes with the run. He got the first down. He slides ahead about 7 yards. First down, Chiefs keeping the Super Bowl hopes alive.
They need the field goal.
All right, let's move into some other news away from football for a minute. So the IGN Creators Guild announced the other day that they are going to unionize. You described this very well to me in the beginning. You said, you know, we've seen a lot of layoffs, right? Now we're seeing people that are coming together and unionizing. And we've talked about unions before. Unions protect people, right? So
Jim Martin's in the crowd. He's a big union guy. Just saying.
Oh, big loss there.
That's it.
You know, unions are a good thing. I grew up in and around DC. The union there for a lot of the tradesmen, a lot of the trade work. I was on the building engineer side of things, right? So the different classifications, but I would hear stories all the time. I was not one, but I would hear stories all the time from colleagues or people that I would be at classes, things like that. Just of some of the ways that it worked, different inspections that had to happen, the different layers that were put in place for employee safety and things. I never got that aspect not being in the union, right? So now that I'm in a company that, even though I don't work for the union, we're set up a lot, or we're set up more in a lot of those ways to have those layers of protection, right? Especially when it comes to safety. Remember, I'm a safety manager. So
Jim says, look for the union label.
Look for the union label. It was nice to hear about those stories before, because it helped give me an idea of the way some things should be, or the way some things should be looked at. So good for this. I don't know anyone that's in the Creators Guild off the top of my head. I don't know if you know of any like big names or anybody that's in it. But,
I don't. They're probably big names. I just don't know of any, and they would probably come out. But yep.
You know, especially with.
But I thought it was interesting. Like I said before, is because we've seen a lot of layoffs. Then we see the union come out. So, and we know Starbucks are trying to unionize, and other places are trying to unionize. So
you just had that writers layoff, a couple of months ago, and who did everybody look to after that? You know, the content creators, the different people that were doing things online and had a platform, and this would give them layers of protection in the event that they get put into situations, or they have opportunities, or just the resources that would be available. It's just a little bit different. So good for them. Good for them, because it's not all peachy. You just said we're always talking about people that are losing jobs, and a big one up your way just lost a few jobs there, but also a lot of radio stations. I asked you this question: was it a North American company? Because when I was a kid, I remember Bell too. But isn't it like the Bell Center? Isn't Bell a sponsor, right? So Bell is a big company.
Oh, they're huge. Yep, this is huge. Yep,
4,800 jobs. I mean, what percentage do you think that would be of that industry in Canada?
Jim, fact check me. I think it was 9%.
9%.
I think. Or I'm mixing that up with somebody else. Yeah.
Wow.
And they're selling the 45 radio stations. So my dad had some opinions on this, even though he didn't quite understand all of it, but he had some opinions on it. So
he's probably heard a lot about.
I know. I think our prime minister had said some stuff about it negatively. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. A lot of people aren't happy about this, but and what upsets people, especially, is because they do this big thing for mental health. They're saying, Bell, let's talk, and they do all this other stuff, and then here they are cutting almost 5,000 people. So,
and it always seems that way too, right? I mean, how many of these companies have we talked about cutting jobs, but they're still spending money? It's the way that it goes. That was almost a first down there. So they're going to mark them just short, it looks like. Kansas City has 2 minutes and 32 seconds ticking on the clock. They are down 3. A field goal extends it to double overtime, which was our lead-in story. This is getting interesting, Jeff. Other sad news as well. Here is a young developer group, Threshold Games. They actually did not get a game to market that I could find.
They did not.
They are closing their doors, right? It's a tough world out there making games. I think one of the reasons why this was worth mentioning, it goes along with some of the stuff that we've talked about, right? But if you go into this tweet and you look at all of the responses in there, they went further to actually basically build out a profile for the people on their team, trying to help them find other work, right? I thought that was really cool.
I found it because somebody I follow retweeted somebody who said he was part of this. He's looking for this, that, and the other. And then, of course, a few people retweeted that. And then I dug down a little deeper. I didn't know these guys, but it was just, again, another... it's not a layoff per se. It's just another gaming company. Just, it's a tough world out there. It's a tough market out there. And that's why I got my sponsored Saturdays and stuff. I do a lot of indie games, and I did this game. And the little solo developer came into my stream. He joined my Discord. He chats to me often. He's got a bunch of games that he's developed, which I try to focus. That's why I try to do those small indie games, because everybody can play the Spider-Mans and everybody can do these other ones, but there's a lot of good little games out there that, like the pinball game I played last night was, really cool.
And I have, I've been in a couple of those streams more in the past than recent. I remember
Mhm.
when you played that pool game with the balls that like
Mhm,
had
mhm,
arms and
mhm.
stuff. You remember, and
Uh-huh.
you always get
Dismal!
Tismal. What's up?
Dismal,
You always get
we had F1 questions for you last week, about the
F1,
big F1,
mm,
Mr. Hamilton. So if
Ferrari.
you got a minute and you wanna type up your thoughts on that. Never did. I don't know if I ever heard your thoughts on that. If you even have thoughts. You have no thoughts, that's okay, but
Oh, touchdown, Kansas City. 3 seconds on the clock, Jeff. That is the game. Game over. Kansas City wins the Super Bowl. Holy cow. Holy cow. We are not going to get that double overtime game that we wanted. Mm-mm-mm. There you have it. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Congratulations to the Chiefs. Let's keep this show going while they get through the celebrations here. Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are expected to get a new stadium. So they're in a planning phase right now with a developer looking for some approval on a different spot, I believe, that's just down the road from the stadium. So big news for Cleveland. They had a big year. Joe Flacco won comeback player of the year. The team, did pretty well this season. Myles Garrett won defensive player of the year. So a lot of exciting news for the Cleveland Browns. That's definitely a team that could use some better news than not. So here we go. Taylor getting dirty tonight. Oh, I love it. I love it. Staying in Ohio, Jeff, Hall of Fame 2024 was announced. Steve McMichael, Dwight Freeney, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Julius Peppers, Randy Gradishar, Patrick Willis. Any of these names on this list that you're like, absolutely, any of these names that you're like, nope, shouldn't be there?
well, probably. I guess Devin Hester. You could make arguments about Devin Hester being there or not being there, depending on how you wanna look at it. As a kick returner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the Devin Hester selection. I thought about this leading up to the show tonight. I always tend to categorize players by their impact on the game, whether they had something about the way that they play that changed the game, whether there was something that was just too good for the game, etc. I talk about Shaquille O'Neal all the time as one of the greatest centers ever because they had to completely redesign the backboard because he was just smashing them, pulling them down, right? He was just a beast of a man. Devin Hester was like that. You started to see kickers on kickoffs not just try to kick it down the field. They were directional kicking. They were squib kicking. They were doing everything they could to keep it out of his hands because he was electric. He was absolutely electric. And so just because he didn't touch the ball as much as, say, if he was lined up as a receiver, his impact on the game was so great. He even returned a kick on the opening kickoff of the Super Bowl that one year. So, it was in all types of moments. He was just an electric returner. And we would put an offensive lineman in because they were a great blocker. Why wouldn't we put a returner in because they were a great returner? So I like the pick. I know there's a lot of people that are not happy with that. They laugh about it because of his wide receiver stats, but it's definitely not about that. So, and I got to be honest with you, when I first saw Patrick Willis's name on there, I was like, really? And I went and did a little bit more digging into his career. I mean, he had a hell of a career, right? It just ended too early. So I'm good with it. But speaking of Patrick Willis, first time eligible for 2025 list was announced. One of those guys is Luke Kuechly, almost identical career to Patrick Willis. So if Patrick Willis got in this year, I imagine Luke Kuechly is going to get in next year. Eli Manning will be the first one on this list.
Oh, God, I hate that.
Adam Vinatieri will probably go. The rest of the guys, I don't know. I would love to hear arguments on all of them. But anybody on this list that you're like shoe in, no, they're not going to get in.
Not going to get in? Oh man, they all can't go in. So I can't see them putting a kicker in. Although Adam Vinatieri is clutch, can't see him doing that. Demarius has passed away. How does that factor into it?
Yep.
Eli is just crap, so he shouldn't get in. So
Sierra Rose. Sorry, I didn't get to say hi when Jeff put that up there. Yeah, interesting. You will at least get to watch a playoff game on Amazon next year, Jeff. So
I will not. I will not.
No. Is it really it's a different US Canada? Yeah. You don't have Prime?
Yeah. We have Prime, but the games, again, like I said, Daz in Canada has the exclusive rights in Canada. So Thursday nights, I can scroll all I want through Amazon. I will not see it. It's not on there because Dazn has the exclusive rights in Canada. And
a worldwide sport, but we can't work together to show it to everybody that might have paid for this service. That is crazy. 49ers lose. Anybody done a wellness check on Ray? Anyone done a wellness check on Ray? Is he doing okay? I'm sure he's okay. His team was in the Super Bowl. Nothing. Crow Risen. What is up? You are just in time for my favorite. Oh, Sanchez. This is my favorite Did You Hear About for the night.
You're showing up because I tweeted and said, game's over. Come on over. Yep.
Favorite Did You Hear About of the night is the last one, Jeff. You ready for it?
The Swifties won. Yep. Somebody better call Ray. Somebody better tweet Kevin and have him go over and go over to Ray's house and make sure he's okay.
This post here is from 2 days ago. Flappy Bird was removed from the App Store exactly 10 years ago, 2 days ago. So now it's 10 years and 2 days, right? Dong Nguyen, the creator of Flappy Bird, you can see his tweet at the time there on the right. I am sorry, Flappy Bird users. 22 hours from now, I will take Flappy Bird down. I cannot take this anymore. Do you remember what happened with him, Jeff?
I know he created the game, and it became a viral hit more than he expected, and it didn't do things that people wanted to do, and people were bombarding him, and people were showing up at his house, and people were doing all sorts of stuff, and he just couldn't hack the pressure, and he just said that's it, and he pulled the plug on it.
It was crazy.
Now he probably would sell it, but I don't think you could do that. It was harder to do back then. To sell it out.
I loved this game. I used to sit there and play it for like an hour straight.
I played the creative version, but I never played the original because I had a BlackBerry, and these apps never existed on the BlackBerry.
Oh man, it was so clean. It was so great. I've seen a lot of different things like this that have been spinoffs of it, but it was just so clean. Really, really enjoyed it. I think I had gotten like 225 or 230, something like that. I was like really proud of myself. I'm sure somebody else has gotten like a gazillion, but I was proud of my 200 and some. Anyway, Flappy Bird, 10 years. I always talk to my kids, whether it's been kids that I coached in basketball or my own now. I just had this talk with my son recently. One of the things that I have adopted in my life is a rule of 10. And what that is that from today, where was I 10 years ago and what has happened between now and then? Most likely a lot of stuff, right? A lot of time was filled in those 10 years, memories, growth, the whole nine. So now 10 years from now, where do I want to be? And what is going to happen in those next 10 years, right? To kind of have that look back and kind of have that look ahead. And then when you get to that 10-year point, you stop and you say, I remember that I thought about this. How did I do? Where did I get to? So much has happened. I can remember playing Flappy Bird, living in Virginia, hadn't even moved.
Sierra can't believe it's been 10 years. Sierra can't believe it's
10
been
years.
10 years. Sierra Rose cannot believe that.
My daughter was 8. My son was 5. 10 years ago. That is crazy to me. So alive, that's where I want to be in 10 years. That's probably a pretty good place to start.
Ryzak, I can't even think ahead to Friday.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, it's crazy.
I'm not sure I will be alive in 10 years, but
I hope so, Jeff. It'll be our 10-year anniversary to the day.
It'll be our 10-year anniversary.
11-year anniversary. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we got for today, Jeff. That is all the stories that we wanted to catch up on. I was really hoping we were going to get that double overtime Super Bowl.
We were 3 seconds away.
Go back to that first slide.
We were 3 seconds away from double overtime. If they had kicked the field goal instead of going for it.
Patrick Mahomes coming through. Last week, I gave you 5 guesses centered around what's it? We did a draft. We did the flag football team. That's what it was. I was trying to think of what I was calling it in honor of the Pro Bowl and other stuff. You picked 7 Cowboy legends. My team would have stomped yours. You've got something for me this week, and it is also Super Bowl related, but Super Bowl commercial related, I think you said?
Super Bowl commercial related. Yep.
All right.
Super Bowl commercial related. I'm just going to switch
I don't know if
I
remember a lot of Super
you want to
Bowl
do the introduction?
Oh, I can absolutely do it. So, all right, everyone. Now he has something to live for, Ryzak. See? That's what I'm all about. I'm all about. All right, everybody. It is now time for 5 guesses.
Excellent. Okay. So, because the Super Bowl just ended, congratulations to the Chiefs. Name 5 of the top 10 companies who have bought the most Super Bowl commercials.
Ooh.
So not the commercial themselves.
Okay.
But the companies that bought the most Super Bowl ads over the.
Is it from like ever or from like a certain year? Okay.
Yeah, ever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, you ready?
Number one should be simple.
Anheuser-Busch. Or like that's Budweiser. Budweiser.
Okay. Budweiser. Yeah, they're number 1.
Okay. Yeah, Anheuser-Busch is the parent company.
Okay, yeah. That's why I'm looking at the list going, oh, wait a minute. Then I had to think, who owns Budweiser? Yeah. I had to think about that.
All right. Figured as much because, we were just talking about the Clydesdales and the Bud Bowl and all that stuff. I'm going to go with a sleeper here. How about GoDaddy.com? No? Man, I remember all those Danica commercials and everything. No. How about the combination of homes.com or apartments.com? No? Okay.
No, you're overthinking
Jeff Goldblum's been doing those commercials forever, man. So.
You are overthinking it.
Okay, how about M&M's?
Who owns them? Okay, the answer is
Hershey.
No.
Hershey? No.
No.
Mars?
No.
M&M's. Who the hell owns M&M's?
Mars, I think it's Mars.
Is it Mars? Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be a car. It's going to be a car company. There's going to be a car company in there.
You're not watching the chat because Sierra has got her last entry was 2 answers. She's got 2 answers on her last one. Anyways.
All right. I'm going to go. I'm going to stick with a car company.
All right. There are 5 car companies on the list.
Oh, wow. I'll probably get this wrong. Ford.
Ford is number 4.
Woohoo! All right. Victoria's Secret.
No.
Damn.
You're thinking specific commercial, but think big name. You wouldn't have said the Escort. It's Ford. Right?
Disney?
No.
No? Did Walt Disney going to Disney?
Gotta think. Just think. Think big and global.
Man, big and global. All right. Big and
Up
global.
until this year?
Nike.
Up until this year?
Adidas.
Up until this year? Oh, dude, you're overthinking this. Up until this year, who sponsored the halftime show?
Like Geico or something. I don't know.
Okay, let's start again. There are 2 soft drink companies on the list.
Pepsi.
Pepsi is number 2. The Pepsi halftime show was like the
right,
for a decade. All right, and
I heard it in my head.
Who else do you got?
What are you gonna tell me? It's Coca-Cola next?
Number 5.
Number 5. Damn.
So we got Budweiser, Pepsi. You've not given me number 3, although we talked about it last week.
Gave you number 1 though. That was Budweiser.
You gave me number 1. You gave me number 2 as Pepsi. You gave me number 4 at 4.
How about Doritos or like the Lay's Corporation?
Doritos is number 10.
Doritos. All right. How is Doritos not getting too specific, but Victoria's Secret is?
Because you always see Dorito ads.
I always see Victoria's Secret ads.
No, I've never seen a Victoria's Secret ad on a Super Bowl commercial.
I just saw one right now.
Okay, well, whatever. Number 3. Come on, number 3. Crow Resin is starting to think you've never seen a Super Bowl commercial.
Maybe I haven't.
No to Johnson & Johnson, no to Verizon, and no to Marvel. Number 3. We mentioned it last week. You even played a clip of this company made by somebody you can see on your screen. Eating a rib.
Eating a rib?
A McRib?
Oh, McDonald's?
McDonald's is number 3. Don't worry, folks. I will edit this together to make him sound brilliant. Won't you? When I'm gonna have to edit this one to make
you were like you're getting too specific. McDonald's sounds pretty specific to me. Wouldn't it be?
Okay, you're missing 4 car companies.
So I said Ford, like Toyota, like
number 6.
Volkswagen. No. Volkswagen? I thought they used to have like cars driving through the snow or some shit. Like, I mean, the Americans, Chevy,
Sierra?
Honda.
Chevy is number 9.
Honda?
No.
Toyota, Ford, and Chevy are on the list, but not Honda?
Toyota was number 6. Yep.
Wow. Did I get all the cars, or is there one more?
No, still 2 more.
Cadillac?
Nope.
No.
They make trucks.
BMW?
They make trucks.
They make trucks.
No. Yep.
Dodge?
Dodge as number 7.
Number 7. No one Cadillac?
No. South Korean, maybe.
Kia? Hyundai?
Hyundai is number 8.
Hyundai. Ooh.
I think that's it.
I got a question for you.
I think you got them all.
Speaking of Super Bowl commercials, there was one in my head. There's an orange app, 4 letters, starts with a T. You can order stuff from
Temu?
Overseas.
Temu.
How did you say it?
Temu?
One more time.
Temu?
Okay, it's actually Temu. That's what they said on the commercial.
Probably.
I'm still going to say Temu.
We don't have that app in Canada. We don't have
they
that.
They pronounced it Temu, and I was like, what?
Okay. So let's recap just for the edit. Let's recap for the edit. Number 1, you had Budweiser. Number 2, Pepsi. Number 3, McDonald's. Number 4, Ford. Number 5, Coca-Cola. Number 6, Toyota. Number 7, Dodge. Number 8, Hyundai. Number 9, Chevrolet. And number 10, Doritos. No, they're. I have a little heart. My other heart fell off because I was playing with it, and my other Valentine's Day hearts.
Because he loves me.
Crow Resin.
Anniversary.
Crow Resin.
Oh,
Sierra
yeah.
Sierra Rose says, "Shop like a billionaire." Is that Tamo's thing?
Yeah, that was the
their
commercials during the Super Bowl. There were some good ones. Like I said, there were a lot of commercials that had multiple celebrities in them. I always just think, like, what kind of money are they?
I don't know
dishing out
about you, but I'm
things,
loving it.
Yeah. Wow. Happy talk-anniversary, fellers. Thanks, Sierra. Thanks for being here. Happy anniversary to you too for watching. It's the anniversary of watching.
The anniversary of watching.
I don't know what that's called. Watchiversary?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's it.
Oh, man. What a letdown, dude. What a letdown.
Not 2 double overtimes. We were 3 seconds away. If they decided to kick,
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I didn't want the Chiefs.
I'm a little disappointed that. Oh, there she is. I thought she'd be up. Oh, she's right there on the field next to Mama. I thought she'd be up there holding the trophy. Like, I'm sorry. I thought, is Travis going to take the trophy, go down and propose? Like, right? I don't know if he can get down off their little stand there, but
maybe he will. I guess Tom Brady has kind of ruined multiple championships for me. Like that whole Patriots dynasty thing, right? Like now the Chiefs are mired in one, and I just you get tired of it. You get tired of seeing the same people. I'd rather see a different team win the Super Bowl every single year. That's not what any fan of a team wants. They want to win all of them, right? Patriots fans were living the life, in these 2000s so far with the success.
Certified Doc did not know a losing team. He did not know that. Now he's like, I don't know what's going on. My friend Ephraim, who's a big Boston guy, he's been a fan. He's like, yeah, we suck now, but we had 20 good years, and I'm happy. Yeah. We had 20 good years, and now we suck for the next 20. I lived through 20 years of sucking before that, so all right. Whereas, poor Certified Doc, he's like, what is going on? What's going on? I don't understand. And now you see kids wearing, like your son or daughter's age or whatever, they're wearing these Patriot jerseys. It's like, you guys now you know what the rest of the league like. You never knew losing before, did you? So
well, I hope that somebody can.
There she's giving him hugs. Is he gonna propose? Is he gonna propose? He's not getting down on one knee. He's not getting down. He's not pulling something out of his shorts. Doesn't he have a guy, Mama Kelsey, passing the ring to him so he can propose?
Bye,
no
Sierra.
proposing. I had proposing on the schedule. Fix your top, sweetie. We're at the Super Bowl.
Oh, Jeffy, what are you getting into this week? What are you doing tomorrow?
We are back to Red Dead. In case you missed last week, we finally beat McFarland Ranch. Bonnie kept her ranch. We defeated it pretty handily, actually. If SPG, he died, halfway through the 10th round, just by mistake. He was just being gloaty. He ended up dying, and the three of us ended up just coasting the victory. So we won it quite handily last week. So I don't know what we're gonna do next week. Maybe take on another one, or tomorrow. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow, but yeah, that's right. And then, I may, we may throw
a big day.
Wednesday is a big day.
Wednesday is a big day. What do you got on the calendar for Wednesday?
I think we're going to be driving trucks. We drove trucks last week with Sierra joined us. We drove the trucks. Such a great time hanging out with Sierra, driving the truck. She is so, we got to get her on the screen. We got to get William to share her screen in Discord so I can put a window so we can see what she's doing. Because just listening to her talk, listening to her describe what's going on, it's sometimes hilarious.
Have you seen that video circulating of that guy playing he's driving a truck. I don't know if it's American Truck Simulator or not, but he's got like a big stick shift, and he's got like a console, and he's got a bunch of monitors, and he gets like run off the road by a truck, and he gets it turned around, and you see him shifting through all the gears to get going, and then he just sideswipes the truck that hit him at the intersection, and then he like goes off camera like he's getting out of the door of the truck to like go back like road rage.
I have not.
I saw that one today.
I have not.
Made me think of you guys.
I have not. No. I think Sierra's wanted to do that a few times. I think she wanted to get out of her car and beat some people.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I am pretty sure.
Well, we've got some playoff soccer tomorrow. Riley is they're doing like a futsal. If you don't know what futsal is, it's kind of like indoor soccer, but it's on a basketball court, and ball stays low. It's all about control and touch. So they've got their little playoffs for that starting tomorrow, and then Wednesday starts all of the spring tryouts. And Zach is actually going to try out for the golf team.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, he's going to have some golf tryouts on Wednesday and Thursday. So another busy week in the household. Going to be a busy spring, Jeff. It is going to be a busy spring. But episode 52, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way through to 102 next year. Here we go. Get ready for year 2 of Coffee Talk. We're not going to call it year 2. We're not going to call it season 2. We're not going to call it, we're just going to
just keep going. Just going to keep. It's going to keep going.
Keep it on.
Yeah. Sierra Rose says Taylor's not the marrying type.
Ooh. He's the same guy that stimulates the accidents and falls out of his chair.
Oh, is that the same guy? Crow sent me that video, or SPG. Somebody sent me that video. I didn't know it was the same guy.
I didn't realize it was like a bit or something. So he just like, you can see him. He's like driving, then he just like turns the wheel, and then he just turns it hard the other way and just side swipes him. Truck's in the middle of the intersection, and then he like gets out like he's jumping out of the truck to go.
I can't do that, but yeah, I could do a little bit more theatrics whenever I smash up my cars.
Coffee Talk 2.0, Jeff.
No, that's only when you replace me with somebody better.
There you go. Well, it's definitely not going to be in the next 10 years because you told me that you're going to hang in. So there you go.
10 years, baby.
I don't know, man. Both of your parents are in their 90s. I'm sure.
They are.
I'm sure you guys got some good water up there. I don't know about my water as much.
That they are. Yep.
So
saw Daddy tonight. Hung out with him. He was asking about the game. He was paying attention. He has some really good questions.
It's awesome. His birthday coming up, or did he just have it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, he had a birthday, and he has another one. He has one this year. Is
his birthday in the spring?
September.
Oh, I don't know why. I thought I remembered.
Nope. Mommy's in August. His is 2 weeks later in September.
Well, then never mind. For some reason, I thought I remembered something in the spring.
Nope.
All right. Well, there you go.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Next week be a whole new year. Be a whole new start, fresh start.
Mm-hmm.
Might even get a haircut. I'm not.
I need a haircut.
I'm not. I'm so glad. Look, man. Look, I finally got it long enough that I
can wait till you get a little bit older. It starts falling out, and it's all clogged the drain in the shower. And just wait.
It's already doing.
Just wait when you got to get the snake and you got to dig through the shower.
This is the last time I'm going to grow it out, I think. So I'm hoping to get it long enough that I can
You'll do it again when you're 70.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You'll be that 70-year-old guy with the. You'll be that guy. I can see it.
Now that I'm committed to it, it's fine. I've gotten past that like awkward stage, right? But that first year and a half, it sucks. It sucks.
You'll do it again. I can see it.
Yeah, we'll see. I got a lot of stuff I say I'm gonna do. Say I want to do, but am I doing any of it?
I don't know. All right, I gotta go. We gotta go.
Sounds good.
Thanks everyone for tuning in here. SPG and Crow Resin. I know you guys all came at the end because the game was over. Everybody was watching the game, and that's okay.
Yep.
We'll see a little spike. We'll see a big spike in viewership at the last when the game was over. So back, Crow, get ready for this one. Crow, get ready for Call to Arms tomorrow. We got to figure out what we're gonna do.
William.
Yeah.
Sanchez
and Roaster. Yep. We didn't get Purple Haze because she didn't do a show tonight. She did her Fall Guys on Friday night.
It's Super Bowl Sunday, man.
I know. I know.
Knock,
What kind of idiot does a show on Super Bowl Sunday?
No knocks, these guys.
Game was supposed to be over, and I knew it was going to go into double overtime too. Yeah, I still let the show go forward.
Oh, dogs are pushing their way in here. They're like, we got to go outside.
I know. Right. Jim keeps expecting Taylor to come on the show. We reached out. We reached out to them. We were going to get her to
get back to our people.
We were going to have her do the Biden endorsement live on Coffee Talk.
Oh gosh, no, please God.
That's what we were going to do, but
oh, no way.
Jim, the producer, said no political, so no Biden endorsement.
Can't do it.
No political.
Another show for that.
Another show. Good night, folks. See ya.
Night, everyone. See ya.